Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me for another office hours training. I am Crystal L. Gunn, your financial strategist, life insurance agent, and small business advisor. And part of my job as that strategist, as you know, be it on the business side or the personal side, is to help you create a solid financial relationship, redefining that financial relationship so that it works for you. And I also help you to create a strong business base or foundation for which you can grow and scale your business. I also help you to have some aha moments, some self-discovery moments, and helping you see what no longer serves you so that you can release it and soar. All that helps with the breakthroughs. That's where you start to shift. That's where the magic happens, be it on your personal side or your overall business or for your family through those life insurance policies. And all of August is dedicated to life insurance because it's so very important. So let's dig into some more misconceptions and why they exist and educate you a little on life insurance, show you how affordable it can be, and we can connect and get you adequate coverage, right? Fill in the gaps. And so last week I started talking about the misconceptions of life insurance, and there are a lot of them. And so go back and watch those episodes and see what misconceptions you had so that you can move past those and use this very powerful tool. So let's get into misconception number 5. It's only for burial costs. When I do workshops and I start to speak about the different ways life insurance can be used, I often hear in some variation, oh, it was just for burial costs. Oh, I thought it was just to pay for my funeral. And I applaud you if you have insurance just for burial costs, because I believe it's irresponsible to leave your loved ones at the time that they're grieving the most with the responsibility of trying to figure out how they can pay for a funeral. And it doesn't matter if they have, really great jobs and great income or not. You never know what someone's situation is like. But again, it's just irresponsible to leave someone else to cover the cost of your funeral. I heard somebody say the other day that their grandmother used to always say it costs to live and it costs to die. Right? So you want to make sure that you're covering the cost for your death so that your loved ones don't have to figure out how to do it or don't have to tap into their assets in order to be able to do it. Okay. So in my workshops, I always give examples of different ways to use insurance so that you can see it from a personal standpoint and say, oh, okay, I never thought about it that way. And it also helps you to think. It also helps you have some aha moments. It also helps to expand the way that you view a thing, right? And understanding historically, we in our community, and when I say our community, I'm talking about Black folks, that we don't have life insurance or adequate life insurance for a few reasons. One, when we go just back to slavery, our labor was exploited, so we weren't earning an income. So we didn't earn an income, so we couldn't save, we couldn't budget, we couldn't do the things. Even post-emancipation, now we're still earning just enough to pay whatever bills that we have. And so we made sure that we paid those first. So it wasn't, again, enough money to share, enough money, to go out and budget and do other things. The budget was just trying to pay for the things that we needed to pay for. And so there was no access to financial education. There was no access to financial planning and those things. So we didn't learn the power of life insurance in most families. So if you don't learn the power of it, you can't pass it down. So part of your job as that generational curse stopping with you is to learn the power in these tools in order to be able to pass those down to the next generations, right? So here are just a few ways that you can think about. And again, this list goes on and on and on, but just bringing some that are, just very simple ways, other examples of how you can use life insurance outside of the death benefit. So yeah, using it for the death benefit and building cash value. So in certain policies, you can build cash value when you pay your premium. You can even add more money, which further builds the cash value. And the rate that you're getting paid on that is way better than your traditional savings or money market rates, right? Way better. And in addition, you can use that cash value when you want to, just like you could with money in your savings account. So I don't know, you may have heard someone say, um, yeah, I started this business, but I was able to pull money from my, I was able to pull money from my, I was able to pull money from my insurance policy. I put $100,000 from my insurance policy in order to be able to build, to start this business. So that person had the type of policy that allowed them to build cash value, and someone probably got it for them when they were a child, and now they're 40 years old or 50 years old, and they're starting a business, and they can pull $100,000 or $200,000 from that cash value in order to do that thing. Or I'll pull, $50,000 from my insurance policy to pay for my child's wedding, whatever that cost is, or to buy me a car, or to pay for their tuition, whatever that thing is. That cash value is growing at a really, really nice rate, so that you can use that money if you need to. It also can be used to pay off debt. I'm a firm believer of when you get a mortgage, you need to get a policy just for that mortgage amount. So you got, $300,000 mortgage. You get a 30-year term policy for $300,000. Now, if you live, you know what I mean, for 30 years, and you don't have to, your loved ones don't have to use it to pay that off that mortgage, that's great. Then they get the money, then that's the extra money that they get in addition to whatever other policy is out there you have. I use the example, I have a client who has really nice house, which also has a nice mortgage, right? Well, it's her and her daughter that live there, and her daughter's like 25, 26. Just got her first real job, if you know what I mean, after graduating and all that, right? And there's no way her daughter could pay that mortgage if the mom died. And so when I asked her, I said, well, what would you want her what would you want your daughter to do? Like, she couldn't pay that mortgage. Where would she go? What would she do? But if she's paid that mortgage off through a life insurance policy, now that daughter can stay in that house because she doesn't have any siblings. Her dad lives in a whole nother state. Now she pays that mortgage off. The daughter can then afford, you know, the utilities, the groceries, the taxes, right? With that and that really, really nice mortgage, her daughter wouldn't be able to do that. So now her daughter doesn't have to move if something happens to the mom. She has that. Plus whatever other policies the mom has, she has that as well, that she's putting in a trust so that her daughter can get money every single month from those proceeds. So when you start to think about it, or let's say you had a really nice car, and you're like, you know what, this is a car that would be great, whatever it is, and you're like, okay, well, I would want my daughter or my child or my spouse to have this car, but don't want them to have to cover the amount of the debt as well. Well, that's that other, it still could be part of that other policy, where now it's paying off those expenses, and they get or paying off that debt. And so your loved one gets the benefit of being able to receive those things, but also to receive them debt free. It just makes their life easier after you're gone financially, because they'll still be mourning your death, right? You can also have a policy that will pay you living benefits. You may decide you want to, withdraw money every single month starting at age 65 to help supplement your retirement, right? Your retirement, you might be lucky enough to have a pension. Most people are not in this day and age. So you're getting Social Security. Well, you may or may not have some other investments, but you also may have this because you were putting money away and building cash value. Well, now you can get that money. You may pull out money every single month or once a quarter in order to help you supplement your retirement, right? Also, you could have a critical illness rider where you can pull money out for that. So that way, if you get ill and it's something, again, that's critical, You can't go to work, you can't do whatever it is, you can get money coming in to supplement that income through your illness. Okay. And then also, it's just leaving money for your family. Your family has to live after they bury you. And so your life insurance can provide funds for that. From replacing your income, let's say you brought in 50, 60, $150,000 per, per year. Well, now what's your family going to do if that income isn't still around? So, okay, this policy provides income for, that same amount for the next 10 years, right? So that they can continue to live a life as if they had the income. They don't have to worry about, okay, how are we going to pay those bills, right? Um, Also, for paying college tuition, there may be money that you set aside. Again, you might put it in a trust and say, hey, this money is specific for college tuition, or if my child wants to start a business, right? Just leaving your children money for the future, right? Um, or your potential grandkids, or whatever that is. And then we talk about, remember, building that generational wealth. This is one way that you're able to pass down some wealth to the next generations. And again, this list can go on and on and on, but this just kind of gives you some ideas of ways to use life insurance in addition to the death benefit, right? And again, or for burial costs. This list goes on and on and on. And everyone needs insurance. The amount of coverage and the types of policies will differ, but everyone needs insurance. So do me a favor. Think about how life insurance can benefit you while you are living, and how it can benefit your family when you are gone, and how you can leave some wealth for the generations that follow. Write those things down. Don't overthink it. But just spend some time, a little bit of time, 10, 15 minutes. Jot it down, think about it, and always remember, life insurance is a necessity. When I talk about getting your financial house in order, life insurance is part of that. Leaving your loved ones without your income or trying to figure out how to pay for your funeral is irresponsible. So when you talk about you love your family, the least you can do is have some adequate coverage. Again, more than just the burial insurance, but in these other areas. So when you start to think and then you write them out, how the insurance can benefit you while you're living, how it can benefit your family when you are gone, and how you can leave some wealth for the generations that follow, right? Schedule that consultation with me. And let's talk about it and get you some adequate coverage that you can do that, right? So when we talk about that 2053 prediction of Blacks having zero wealth, getting your financial house in order is how we start to ensure that that prediction doesn't become a reality. Year 2053, 29 years away. You cannot wait until 2050 to start working on your finances. We got to start today. And so we talk about building that generational wealth. Life insurance is one of the tools to do so. We talk about breaking generational curses. If the curse is going to stop with you, then the new system of success must start with you. You have to get the tools in order to create those new systems of success in order to pass down that generational wealth. All right. So you know it. It's going to be the thing all month long. My favorite thing is life insurance. It is what it is. Getting your house in order is a step-by-step process, right? It is a step-by-step process, but it's really crucial. It's really important. It's really vital. It's a must. It's not something that you can just say, well, I'm not going to do that. It's a must, right? And I try to give you tools, resources, and help you think about ways that you can do that in order, again, to, keep this 2053 prediction from becoming reality. So what are these next steps that we are going to do after this? Well, that first one, complete the life insurance calculator to see how much coverage you need, right? And it's like 3 or 4 questions. One of them may not even go for you if you don't have a mortgage, right? So 3 or 4 questions that you can ask, really simple. It doesn't even take you 60 seconds to do that, but it will start to give you some idea about how much coverage you need. And then schedule that free consultation with me and let's discuss the options. Let's talk about the different policies. Let's talk about the things you have. And remember those things that I said, go back and think about how it can benefit you while you're living, how it can benefit your family when you're gone, and how it can benefit the generations that follow you. Bring those answers to that conversation, and let's talk about the different policies, and we can look through and get some illustrations, and you can understand how you can do that. And then we're going to fill the gaps in the coverage that you don't have, right? You got a mortgage, but you don't have anything covering that mortgage debt, right? You don't have anything, no type of investments or anything else that you can pull money from in retirement. We're going to fill the gaps in coverage. And we're also going to get your children insured if they are not. When I think about life insurance, we as a community are missing out on both sides of that fence, right? We are missing out on having it and using it as a tool for our family, but we're also missing out on the income and the revenue that it can bring to you as a life insurance agent, right? And so I'm always looking to educate people and to get into the business just simply because it's so powerful. It's such a powerful tool. It then helps you and your family. You are also then covered, but you also get to talk to your community, your extended family and friends about the power of it. And so you get to benefit on both ways. I often talk, and I always say I have a double bottom line philosophy, and that double bottom line philosophy is make a profit and make a difference, right? Everything that I do doesn't make a profit. Everything is not designed to make a profit, but everything I do makes a difference. Everything I do makes a difference. Life insurance, financial education, all of that is just this arena allows me to make a profit and make a difference. And every aspect of what I do in this arena doesn't make a profit, right? But I love what I do and I enjoy what I do. And I always just want to extend the offer to anybody if they want to learn more about the industry. You can also schedule that life insurance consultation with me. The link is in the description. If any of this information has been helpful, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, but also share this with other people. Don't be the gatekeeper to your own success, and don't be the gatekeeper to somebody else's as well. You don't know what they're looking for. You don't know what they're dealing. You don't know what they need. Share it. It might be the thing that they were praying for yesterday. All right. I'm going to pull this one back up again because this is really and truly where we are. The trouble is you think that you have time and you don't. There's no more time. We are out of time for getting our financial houses in order. Again, to keep that 2053 prediction of Blacks having zero wealth from becoming a reality. And throughout this process, always give yourself some grace. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know why you operate the way that you operate a lot of times when it comes to your finances. In a lot of instances, you're still carrying things that's been coded in your DNA, that's been passed down generationally. And so that historical context is showing up today, and you are then passing it on to the next generation as well. You're leaving a legacy. The question always becomes, what type of legacy do you want to leave? And so always give yourself some grace. Keep striving for your next level of greatness. Never, ever, ever give up on you. Invest in you. And I promise it's the best investment that you will ever make. Thank you for joining me today for Office Hours, and I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Be sure to join me for the private online Q&A immediately following. The link is in the description. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so you never miss this opportunity. Thank you again, and I will see you